Good evening. I'm Epstein, and here we are with your metal market wrap-up. And this wrap-up is for Monday, the 16th of December, 2024, about 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Well, the metal market's still sinking back, unable to hold that 2,700 level in the gold market. Silver also unable to stay up into the high 31s. Why? Because China's offering nothing. And I use the word nothing other than we're going to do things to spur our economy on. That doesn't do it, so instead of 430 in the copper, you're down to the 419 level. In the currency market, number one, remember, you're no longer trading the Ds, you're now into the Marches. When I look at the stock indices, you should be out of Ds into Marches. When you're looking at the energies, you should be in the Feb contracts, and soon you'll be in the March in the Brent. And in the grain markets, I think it's time that you're all in the March. So say goodbye to December with one exception, which is Bitcoin. And that's trading near the 106,750 level. But as I was saying, so I think China has disappointed the metal markets. We need to hear more from them, not just that they're going to do better and to let us know down the road. In the dollar versus the currencies, a little bit of a bid coming in. Some real problems developing today. You had Olaf Scholz, no confidence vote. He's out. In 2 months, there'll be another election. That doesn't mean he can't win the election, but he didn't win the confidence vote, which means an election coming. In Canada, I don't know if you saw their deficit, but they had promised they'd get it under 40 billion. It came in near 62 billion Canadian dollar deficit. So the finance minister, Cynthia Freeland, resigned. And she was due to speak to Parliament just hours before the resignation. She resigned and didn't do the speech. Another gentleman will come in now, as I understand it. We'll see who that is, but I've heard rumblings. I don't think you're going to see Mr. Trudeau and the Liberal Party win anything very shortly. It looks to me like another one. So we've seen Biden go. Scholz is probably gone as we see it. Trudeau on the ropes. Macron, as you saw, he can't get a prime minister to be in a position more than a few weeks. I mean, I can go on and on. Freeland gone. It just keeps going on here. So we will see just where we're at with all this. Before we go to the chart action and talk about it, maybe we should look at the information that's coming out now. You're going to have in the morning advanced retail sales for November. That comes out at 7:30. The Redwood Group will come out with their sales. We should see a Christmas spurt, I'm thinking. Federal Reserve will release their monthly industrial production and capacity utilization data at 8:15. At 9, we'll get the National Association of Home Builders, just their monthly housing index. So it doesn't tell you the housing sales, new or existing homes, or like the Case-Shiller, what they're doing in the regions. This is just the index as a whole. The API numbers, well, they'll come out at 3:30 in the afternoon. All righty. So, as I said, now let's take a look, if we could, at the gold. I'll stick with what I said. I think the market, if it breaks down to 2636 level, is a shot at some support. From where you're at, it's only $15 away. The market tried the upside last week and just completely gave everything up. Lickety split. Why? I'm going to repeat. CHINA. The market was hoping to see something. China had bought for the first time in November gold for the past 6 months. Haven't been doing that for the central bank. And then the meeting. And when the meeting ended last week, as I said, that's what was going to be the metal market at that point, and right back down. You have a pattern of a lower low and a higher high. I can't call that a trend. The market is now under the 18-day average of closes, which puts the next support at 2640. Market's not doing anything well there. And if 2640 gives ground, 2626 is a possibility. So I see a battleground to regain. If you're going to try to be bullish, you've got to get over 2681, about $13 higher, and the 100-day average just below the market, and you are not in oversold territory yet. You're at a 34 reading. That isn't oversold. The gold-silver ratio still favors the gold, but I've changed the ratio now. So now I'm using Feb gold versus March silver. Okay, so have to change it. It's time to get away from the D's contracts. In the March silver, look at how this market on that news, as I said, lack of news out of China, just completely fell apart. You had a market here that was in the 3250 area and just came right on down hard. And you're down very quickly, $1.50 an ounce. That's big time area, and you're still falling. The copper market, this was the one most vulnerable because China consumes 50% of the world's copper. It's now broken through a prior low. So now this rally that got up to the Bollinger Band and the 100-day average, where I was saying you generally have your first strong resistance, it didn't quite make it to the 200-day average. It's given up everything. So those hanging in on the metal markets, not having a very good Christmas, pre-Christmas at this point. But the market that was a surprise today was the platinum. It had a huge reversal. Now, I do think the pros are selling it short at the 947 level, with stops right over here, 962. That's a lot of risk, but that's what I think they're probably trying to do to see if they can keep the market under pressure. And in the dollar, I still see a market. If you look at the black bands, the Bollinger Bands, you are caught in the middle of no man's land. You have a higher high, a lower low, then you come back for an even higher high. That is not a trend. And the market going in here is a 69.93 reading. Anything over 70 from my perspective is overbought. So do I see anything fresh to do? In plain words, nothing that I can see in the metals at this point that makes any sense based on the chart action. What I do think you can do is take advantage of the free offerings that we have in my complete futures research. If you haven't tried it, just go to our website, Epstein.com, under free offers, and give yourself a try there. You will get my twice daily written updates, access to my morning videos, 2 of them, by the way. You can try the spider and the futures market video for a very short period of time. You'll see how I do things, what I do. It's very different than these videos, and how I lay out the trades and where they go from there. Will they all be winners? No. Will they all be losers? No. I will have a mixture of both, but it's a matter of, as best as I can, monetary control, allowing trends to run, looking for trends that can stay in place for a bit, and you ride them. Just take a look at the Spider ETF if you don't believe it. We're in NVIDIA now well over, well, not well over, but a year and almost 2 weeks. So try to imagine what that stock has done in that period of time. But I have others that we bought in June and August, October. You'll see what I'm talking about. A lot of in and out trades along the way too. So it's a mixture. Just go to Epstein.com. Free offers on the top left. There'll be up here an icon. You can give that a click as well. And I'll catch up with you all tomorrow morning.